Oh, what an entrance. What a way to welcome you back. Does this sound familiar?
No, it doesn't, Natalie. What is this?
This is the Singapore national anthem.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Obviously didn't play
What a place. I didn't hear that when I was in Singapore. But,
we should say you were out there with Arsenal.
I was indeed, yeah. Had a really, really lovely time.
Yeah.
It's always a great place to go. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Never. I've heard it's lovely.
You've got to visit there. It's such a great. It's really compact. It's really lively, and there's a little bit of everything there. So I love going to Singapore. I'm very lucky to be in there quite a few times, and every time it's a little bit humid. The weather is a little bit, it's sticky, if you know what I mean. But other than that, it's such a great place to go. Great nightlife, Natalie.
I knew we were getting
the most
to that
important
part.
thing.
Yeah. But in terms of the reception for Arsenal, what were the fans like out there?
Well, they've been to America for the last 2 years, and it's amazing to see how many fans they have around the world. Look, Manchester United be the same, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, all these sides have a big following around the world. And it's just nice that a team can go out there and they can see him in the flesh, if you know what I mean. And the open training sessions were brilliant. It really was. Like 10, 12, 15,000 people turn up just to watch the training.
Yeah.
And it's a real buzz for the players as well, because it's like you train every day, behind closed doors, no one sees it. But when you train in front of a support, and you can see all the fans really enjoying it, and just signing a few autographs here and there for the players' point of view, it's a dream come true for a lot of the fans. So I was really pleased they went to Asia, because they've got a massive following out there, and obviously more money probably they can make in America. But this year they went to Singapore, then on to Hong Kong, had some really good games out there. And I think it's a brilliant place to go. And, I should imagine they will go back to America next year. But it's just nice that they went to Asia, and the Asian supporters, they've got so many out there, you don't realise. And the English Premier League is such a big pool for all people around the world that, they packed the stadium out, definitely.
Yeah. And I imagine to an extent, they might not even be Arsenal fans, but they might be fans of individual players. You'll find that as well.
Absolutely. What they do really well as well, they wear the colours. You know when you go to a game in the Premier League, and you might get 1 in 5 people wear Brentford shirts or Arsenal shirts or whatever, but out there they just mad on the wearing the Arsenal shirt, wearing some sort of part of an Arsenal kit. And it's great to see, really. I mean, America's the same, I must admit. I went to Arsenal Manchester United in America a couple of years ago, and every single person had either a Man United shirt on or an Arsenal shirt on, and they sell out all their products, and it's amazing, really, what the market is out sort of around the world for the Premier League and the clubs itself. Don't
show that to Rory Jennings. Did you hear what he had to say about it?
What did he say?
He said grown adults shouldn't be wearing football shirts to football games.
Don't they?
No, that's what he thinks.
It's your choice, but it's nice that people really do embrace. And some of the kits now are superb, aren't they?
I know.
It's like I could go out a night out, not even go to a football match.
They are like fashionable, aren't they?
Fashionable. It's good to wear. I mean, some of the kits, especially, I've been lucky to wear some of the kits myself back in the day. Even that bruised banana one, which I made my debut on. I remember when it first came out, and everyone's going, "Oh, look, you can't wear that kit. It's awful." Yeah. But now it's
viral.
Iconic.
Now
it's iconic.
Absolutely.
You can't get them.
Absolutely. I tell you what also went viral, Ray. I don't know if you saw it. Was a photo of you on social media.
Was it?
Where you're having clearly you're imparting your wisdom to the 15-year-old wonder kid that is Max Dowman. I don't know if you remember this particular moment, but
I do.
Oh, do you? So what were you saying to him?
No, I just said well done, because he played against AC Milan, and I thought he's done so well when he come on, and he's more or less saying, do you know what he said to me? He said, "Right, I could have done a little bit better in certain parts of the game." I went, "Wait a minute, Max, you're 15 and a half years old. You're playing for Arsenal first team. Don't expect too much. Just go out and express yourself, enjoy yourself." And he's such a well-grounded young man. And it's really funny because I was in a bar in the area of the stadium, and this guy and a woman come up and said, "Oh, right, it's a long way from Billericay, isn't it?" Which is round the corner to me. And I went, "Yeah, it is." And I didn't know who they was. I thought they were just supporters. And I went, "Oh, I'm Max Dowman's dad." And it was Max, because he lives probably in a radius of me, about probably 6 or 7 miles away. And I just said, "Oh, you must be very proud." And he was in tears when he come on and make his. And it's a dream come true, because they see him all growing up through the academies. Can they ever get into that first team? Especially this day and age, because it's a lot harder to get into that first team now because of the players and how many players they've got. So I was very proud of seeing another player come through the academy. There's a long way to go. I said to him, "Look, keep your feet on the ground, work hard. That's the most important thing. You haven't made it yet, but if he can keep going the way he's going, he's going to be one of the best around for the English football."
But you're so right about how difficult it is to break in now to first. Because
so difficult.
We know now Premier League teams want ready-made players. They don't have the time necessary to nurture. But if you can make the breakthrough, we've seen it with Bukayo Saka. If you can, that is just incredibly special for everybody involved, fans as well.
Well, Skelly's another one.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
So there's quite a few youngsters. And what Mikel Arteta, if he gets him into training sessions, that's what he's done. And if he sees enough in a player, he will keep pushing him in, pushing, and give him opportunities. And it's all down to the player then to keep improving, keep working hard. And as I said before, if you can learn off people like, he can learn off people like Declan Rice and guys like that. It's a little bit like Phil Foden. Do you remember when why don't he go on loan? Why don't he go? And Pep Guardiola was saying, "Well, wait a minute, he's playing with De Bruyne and people like that. He can improve by playing with David Silva and top class players in training every day." And that's how they nurtured him through. So I'm sure Max will be very, very similar. But he will start a game this year. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, really?
I think his birthday's in December. He's 16 in December. But I can see him playing a part this year. I thought he's very good. Every time I've seen him play, he's made something happen. Which is, as a number 10, he's got that little change of pace. When he drops his shoulder, goes past someone on it with his left foot. Very, very dangerous. So I expect him to really, really flourish. And there's a long way to go. It's one of them. You expect. I don't want to put too much expectation on him.
Yes.
But what I've seen so far, he could be a hell of a player.
Yeah, you're right. We have to be careful. We don't want to hype him up.
I remember Wayne Rooney and people like that coming through, don't they?
Yeah.
I remember people saying when he was 15 in the reserves, unbelievable player and all that sort of stuff. So Max is probably similar. But as I said before, there's a long way to go. And you just got to keep working hard, keep doing what the coach says and try and learn off the other players as well.
Yeah. Whilst on this tour in Asia, the defender Gabriel had this to say about how we have done everything we could in the last 3 years. He said, "I feel like we had a little bit of bad luck sometimes, but we all believe that we can win big titles." He says, "We're focused on what our manager is telling us to do and what we have to do and what we have to improve." He says, "I think this year will be different." So it kind of suggests that, he sounds optimistic that maybe finally, and maybe that's in part due to the Victor Gyökeres signing as well, that we've all been saying that's what you've needed, Arsenal. Do you think this year could be different?
Well, Gyökeres is a big signing. I mean, everybody's crying out for a striker for quite a few years now. But whether he's going to be the man who can kickstart and score the goals, look, he's done so well in Portugal. And all he's got to do is keep making those right runs. And he will get lots of chances with the players they've got around him. And he knows where the back of the net is. But look, I think Liverpool are ones to beat this year again.
Yeah.
The signings they're going to get in, Isak, if he does go to Liverpool, looks like he will do. They're going to be the ones to beat. Big favourites, I'm sure. But Arsenal will have a chance. They've just got to try and learn. I think they was a little bit unlucky last year because at times in the season, the key players got injured. Saka was injured. Odegaard come back from international duty injured. Gabriel, we just mentioned there, was injured for quite a part. Martinelli was out, and Havertz, and you had quite a few injuries in that area. But they've got to try and be a little bit more lucky in that way. Because if you looked at Liverpool last year, they deserved to win the league. There's no doubt about that. But they didn't get Salah, didn't get injured. Van Dijk, the key player at the back, didn't get injured. There's certain players stayed up fit for the whole season, and that's very important for teams as well. But look, they've got a good squad of players now. They've got to believe in themselves. They've got to just go that one step further now to try and win that first title or Champions League, what it's going to be. And then they can look forward because it is a young squad. There's still got plenty of years in them yet. And they could probably go on and try and win other trophies if they do win that first one, which is very, very important. The hardest one, I always say, is the first one, together as a group.
Yes.
It's always hardest.
Yeah, got to gel everyone together, haven't you, over this pre-season
It's going to be a hell of a season, Natalie. I can't wait. I mean, as a player, you can't wait now yourself, because you've had that pre-season. Your body should be up to speed. You should be ready to go. And you just ticking the days off now for that first game of the season, and then you're on the way again. And you can't get a bigger buzz than playing in front of big crowds and big games and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
As much as pre-season's great, and it's great to see the fans, if you go different parts of the world, you can't beat that English Premier League when it starts, and there'll be a real buzz when they walk out at Old Trafford, which would be a cracking game, by the way. The first game of the season for Arsenal, and they've got a real tough 6 games. The first 6 games are really tough. You know, Man City, Liverpool, Newcastle, they play Leeds, Nottingham Forest, So they've got pretty tough start. So they need to get off to a winning start against United, I should imagine.
Yeah, it's not long, as you say. A week, in fact, today is when the Premier League season kicks off, which will be live here on talkSPORT, and it will be Liverpool against Bournemouth that kicks things off, as I say, a week today.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.